Hello everybody, today we're going to start on your mat and we're not going to use any balls or bands or apparatus. It's you and your mat today. So go ahead and start, feet facing forward, hands at your sides, and just take a breath in through the nose and then exhale to sigh it out. Take two more like this. You can choose to close your eyes or leave them open. One more. And then sigh it out. Open your eyes and take a big step forward with your right foot. The step can be big because it's going to change your balance, but if you're feeling like it's a little bit too far reach, then step back slightly. But we want both heels firmly on the ground. Then you're going to hold this position and do a roll down. Tucking in your chin. Curl down, hands on either side of your leg. Rolling vertebra by vertebra, and breathe in at the bottom. Exhale to roll yourself back up. And I do expect you to wobble your way back up to standing, and that's okay. Inhale, we go again. Chin to chest and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Keeping the feet aligned forward. Inhale here. And exhale, roll yourself back up. So if this was a bit of a nightmare for you, come back to standing. When you stand one foot in front of the other, you can choose to stand rather to the side and leave a little fist width if you want to. Otherwise, left foot goes forward in front of the right. Heels up, down. Inhale, chin to chest. And then exhale. You're rolling vertebra by vertebra. Inhale at the bottom and exhale to come back up. And then one more. Take your time. Go slowly. Hang out at the bottom. Inhaling. And then tuck the tailbones under and make your way back up to standing. Well done, you can step back. Staying at the base of your mat, facing forward, feet are now parallel, hands are at your sides. You're going to scoop up your tummy, and on an inhale we'll float the arms forward and the heels lift up, and you go into a calf raise. And then we lower our arms back down. Again, it's inhale to rise up and exhale to come down. I'm impressed, well done. Inhale up. And exhale down. A couple more. Be mindful of scooping out your tummy. So we don't want those hips to move forward. We'd rather scoop and go up directly. Yes, and lower. And just three more. Inhale, you go up. And exhale down. Two. And lower. And then last one, and come down, and I'm sure I'm cutting off your arms and your head. We're going to make our way forward on the mat, 2 steps forward, and then sit your bottom down. You're going to place the feet together and the knees apart. Arms reach forward. So arms are strong and long. You are reaching the fingers but squashing the thumb onto the index finger, and you're co-contracting your bicep and your tricep. Try aim your elbows in towards one another, but then turn your palms so that they face each other. Then pull your shoulders onto your back some more and lean back, tucking your tailbone down, down, down. Taking the arms with you, hold there, inhale, and exhale, you roll yourself back up. Now, depending on your hip comfort, you might find this horrible. Exhale, lean back. If that's the case, you can rather keep your knees up and feet slightly apart. Exhale, come up. Inhale here, and then exhale, go down. Good, take a breath in and back up. So we'll do 3 more of these. You exhaling to articulate down, taking a breath in, and then exhale to make your way back up. Just 2 more. And on that second one, we're adding another level. And last one like this, because we're changing things. You exhale, lean back, you stay back. can you open your arms out into a T without moving your torso, and then come back up, leaning back, arms into a T without moving your torso, and then go back up. And then last one, we're in it together. Arms move out wide, and this time you don't go back up. You close your arms, you lie down, and then you fix your knees to be upright. Feet are fist width apart. So how to get there? You open your feet into a small V, and then your heels join you. So now your feet are parallel to one another. They're 1.5 lengths of your foot away from your bottom. Your arms are long, strong, and pressed into the ground. You're going to open up your shoulder girdle, trying to open up your collarbones, pressing the shoulder blades down and into the floor. Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, you imprint the spine, tucking your tailbones under, lifting your hips up off the floor. It's an inhale to hold it here, keeping your abdominals in, and then exhale to roll down the spine, vertebra by vertebra, unraveling the pelvis. Inhale. And exhale, we tuck the tail, lift up the hips, pressing the big toes into the ground, but also knitting those knees a little closer together. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale, we lift the hips up. We're going to stay up. We're going to keep the ribcage closed, the abdominals in, the tail tucked, you wait. You're going to twist your pelvis to the right, so just rotate the pelvis to one side, and then that bum cheek, you're going to come down and touch the floor with the right glute, lift up, and then rotate the pelvis the other way and dab with whatever bum cheek you've decided to dab, and then come up. We're alternating twist and dab, and then you're trying to keep your knees still while turning your pelvis. So if you can imagine that your shins are parallel to one another and upright like rugby poles, and that they're going to maintain that stillness in the shin although the pelvis is twisting. And so you're going to do 4 more, and 3, good, 2, and then you owe me just 1 more. Dab that bum down, come on up, close the ribs, tuck the tail, and roll yourself down, 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 all the way. The arms float up towards the ceiling, and you're going to take your arms over your head and lay them down flat on the floor. Sucking in the tummy, keeping the pelvis in neutral, the toes will press down. Inhale to prepare, and then the arms move through the air. You exhale as you come up, lifting your head and chest, and you lower your hands to parallel to the floor. On an inhale, the arms lift past your ears, and only when they go past your ears do you lie down. Common mistake, no problem. Exhale, up you come. Keep drawing in the tummy, the arms go up, you keep your C curve, and now permission to lie down. Exhale, up and over, drawing in the navel, and then inhale, arms go, and exhale, you lie down. 3 more like that. It's an exhale to come on up, and then inhale and lie down. Last one. And then you lift up your arms, and we go down. We're going to lift the right leg to tabletop, suck in the tummy, left leg goes to tabletop, squash the knees together. This time the arms move through space. Exhale, up you come. And then they stay there. You stay there. You squeeze your knees, you squeeze your feet, and you hold, drawing in your navel, trying to get your head higher. For those of you who battle with your neck, you may decide to put one hand behind your head. But the other arm is going to float, or both arms are going to float up in preparation for the 100. On an exhale, we fan the arms. In, exhale, 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 in, out, 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 out. Keep going, drawing in the tummy, squeezing the knees. If you're looking for more, you straighten the legs on the diagonal line. If you're looking for less, you put your feet on the floor with bent knees. 2 more rounds. Get that height. Don't use your face, use your tummy. Last round. And then exhale, 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 and grab your knees, rest your head. Turn it to the right hand side so that you are stretching your neck. And then turn your head to the left hand side. And come back to center. Straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Up, 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 up. Holding them there. Squeezing the knees together. Bend the knees to tabletop. And then exhale, you straighten the legs back up to the ceiling. Bend the knees to tabletop. And exhale back up. Open the collarbones. And bend your knees. 4 more, keeping the thighs dead still. You don't want to move them towards you or away from you. It's the art is in the stillness. So if you can keep the thighs steady, you'll actually notice that they shake more. But if you allow the thighs to move towards you or away from you, you're running away from the work. Last one, legs remain up, hands behind your thighs. Lift head and chest up into a C curve, walking your hands up to the back of your calves, and then commit both legs to the right calf, lowering your left leg down to the floor. You push your left leg down. We wait in this position, making sure you're high enough not to use your neck. That is really important. In Pilates, often if there's weakness in the abdominals, the neck suffers. So you need to not let your tummy get away with it. Use your stomach, come up higher. And you pull and drag your leg towards you twice. 1, 2, on an inhale we swap legs, and on an exhale you pull twice. On an inhale you swap, and exhale pull. Keep drawing navel in, shoulders are back, chest is lifted. It's a double exhale, 1, 2, and exhale, exhale. Quite fast. 2 more. Last one. Hug both knees to chest and rest. You're going to open up your arms into a T. Your legs move to tabletop, and we inhale to take your legs over to the right hand side. So tipping your legs over, and I want you to hold yourself there. So it's only like 45 degrees, because anything further you won't be able to keep the thighs together. That left leg, you're going to reach it a little longer and try and touch the knee, the sides of the knees, like the hubcaps of your knee. You're going to reach that kneecap even further along, but the feet remain stuck together, so people tend to twist the heels. Leave them there. On an exhale, you draw yourself back. Then on an inhale, you go 45 degrees to the left-hand side. Shoulders remain wide and open across the ground. And exhale, you pull your knees back up. Inhale, go over. Take note of the elbow position. The knobbly bits of the elbow need to be pressing down directly into the floor. And then your thumbs need to externally rotate without changing where the soft part of your elbow is again. Continue. On an inhale, you go over to the right. And on an exhale, you pull yourself up. On an inhale, we go left. On an exhale, you come up. 2 more like that. And drag yourself up. And then last one. And come back up. Both arms lift up towards the ceiling, and the right arm's going to go overhead, and the left leg's going to go down to the floor. Drawing in the lower abdominals, trying to squash your back and ribs into the ground. Try and imprint the spine in this position. Nothing else moves except the right arm and left leg you pull back to center. Exhale, pull them back up. Inhale, left arm goes over, right leg goes down. And exhale, you pull back to center. Inhale, right arm goes over, left leg goes down, imprint spine. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, you go. And exhale, pull back. If this is proving too difficult, you're welcome to just tap the bent-legged foot on the ground and lift it back up, as opposed to taking the leg straight down. And so we'll do 4 more, keeping the rib cage knitted together, the belly button scooped. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, the limbs go. And drag it back up. Your last 2. Tighten in the thighs, tighten in the leg, co-contract the calves. Rope everything in. And last one, up you come. Arms stay exactly where they are, legs are stuck together. Now we inhale to 45 degrees in the legs, leaving the hands dead still. Legs go over. And exhale, you pull yourself back up. Inhale to the left. And exhale, we pull. We go right. And drag it back up. Left, you only have 2 more. This is actually quite hard to keep those hands dead still. Go over to the right. So it's okay if you're battling with this. It's good for your brain. Over to the left. There's a lot of things good for your brain in Pilates. Lift head and chest and grab shins. Come up into your chest lift. And then you're going to commit both hands to the right knee, straightening the left leg away. So both hands hold one shin, and then you swap legs. Good. Let's place the outside hand on top of the inside hand. And then you swap legs and you place the outside hand on top of inside hand. And you swap. And we swap. And you get used to this hand, these rules, the rules of the hand. And you're going to keep drawing in the tummy, because we're changing the exercise, if you can, to reach on the outside of the malleolus, which is just another name of your ankle bone. Then we swap over again, reach for the ankle bone, and we swap. and swap, and swap. Good, keep going. And 4 more. 2 and 1. Now pull on your leg and sit up. Well done. Okay, sitting upright, you've got your feet down and your arms reaching forward for me. You're going to lean halfway back. Hold yourself there, draw in navel, lift right leg to tabletop. And then swap legs. Swap legs. Keep alternating the legs, keeping the torso still. So you're not moving anything in your trunk, you're just moving the legs and getting used to having limbs moving while there's stability on the other side. And 3, 2, 1. Now both legs go up in the air and you squash them together. Your hands hold behind your legs. And then you roll down, keeping your feet dead still. The stability is now there and you've got the movement happening in the trunk. Pause as your shoulder blades go to the floor, but do not rest your head. Use your arms and your tummy, but mainly your tummy, to come back up on an exhale. Oh, that's a lot. It's an inhale. Keep the legs still. Let's exhale to go down because we want to practice the breathing for what's to come. And then you will inhale to come up. And then exhale, go down, keeping the feet still as if they're on a coffee table. And you move your way back up. And so we'll do 2 more like that. And if this is really hard, which I hope it is, then you can carry on doing a version of this. And we're going to attempt to do it without holding on. So those of you who need a rest, you take a little moment. And then we're going to think about what's happening next. The arms are going to reach out in front of you. You lean halfway back. We lift one leg to tabletop, other leg to tabletop, squash the legs together. So without or with your hands behind the thighs, you curl down on an exhale. And then on your inhale, you're going to come back up. You go down on your X. And on an inhale, you go back up. If this is working well for you, straighten the legs. Down on the X. And inhale to come up. And 2 more down on the X. And inhale up. And last one, no matter what version you're doing, you come on up, you attempt to straighten the legs, please, and now you try to take your arms past your ears and see how that fares. Hold, 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 breathe. And then lower the arms, bend the knees, and well done. Good. Reaching the legs out in front of you. You're going to open your legs the widest that you possibly can. Really, really reach them. And then your arms are out in front of you. So you're going to lift your arms up in line with your shoulders. Inhale here, finding length, and then exhale, you dive forward over an imaginary barrel, pressing forward, forward, forward. It's an inhale to find a little more length, and an exhale to curl back up, bone by bone, trying to come back with each bone segmentally. So come back, come back, come back, and then your head comes last. Inhale. And then you lean forward and peel away from this imaginary wall and peel back onto the wall. So you're laying down the bones and the eye line comes last. Then tuck in your chin and roll forward. Be quite critical of that eye line, okay? Chin in, pretend you've got a ball stuck between your chin and your chest. Curl back, the chin is still in, the chin remains in, the chest comes back more. And then you unravel the eye line, chin to chest, and he's gonna shoo me away any second now. Inhale there, and then exhale, chin remains in. And we unravel. Arms go above your head. Up, 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 up. Lift your right leg and put it in the middle of your mat in front of you. Straighten him. Lift your left leg and put it on the mat. Yes. Flex your toes to your nose. Keep these hands up. You're going to lift your right leg 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And keep pulling those toes to your nose. Thighs are tight, arms are reaching, chest is out. On an exhale, we twist right twice. 1, 2, center, left, 2, center, right, 2, center, left, 2, center. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower your arms in front of you and then roll down. So we're doing a roll down, curling the spine back, attempting to keep the feet still. So that's impossible, but we're going to try our best. Arms go overhead. It's an inhale to lift your hands up to the ceiling. You tuck in your chin, you lift your head, and you roll yourself back up. We inhale here in a C curve. There's roundness and that chin is still tucked in a little bit more. And then lean back. Curling, tucking your tail and taking your arms over your head. You inhale to lift up and you peel yourself forward. Now you're gazing past your toes, not at your toes, but the whole spine is curved in one shape. Inhale. And then exhale, make your way back down, taking the arms over your head. One more like this. The hands come up and you exhale to roll yourself up to seated. And then you move down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. And rest your head. The arms are going to move to your sides. Palms are down. Right leg moves to tabletop. Left leg moves to tabletop. Cross the right ankle over the left. Suck in your tummy, breathe in. And on an exhale, you pull knees to chest and bum lifts up a little. And then down. Again, knees to chest, bum lifts up. And then you go again. 3, 2, and 1. We swap ankles. Sucking in the tummy, it's an exhale. We're rocking. We're attempting to lift the bum bones off the mat, tucking the tail, and we are shamelessly using momentum, and that's okay. 2, and last 1. Now you lift the legs in tabletop, so the feet are parallel and the shins are parallel and the hands are together. You straighten the legs up to the ceiling. So instead of using momentum, we're going to use control. You're not going to lower the legs down to the floor. You're going to keep the legs up in the air the whole time, but you compress the legs towards your chest on an exhale. So you don't have a mandate to lift your bum. You've got a mandate to pull the thighs towards your chest. And you pull the thighs, exhaling to squash the legs down. If your bum responds, so be it. And then lay the spine back down. Again, exhale. You squash the straight legs towards your chest. And down. 3 more. And lower. 2. And down. And then last one. And down, bending the knees to tabletop. Lower one foot to the floor. Lower the other foot to the floor and lift up your hips into a pelvic curl. We're bridging. Reaching the arms nice and long. You draw in the navel, you tuck the tail, you close the ribs, and then you lift your right leg to tabletop. So in tabletop, you want to shove the left foot into the floor and shove the right kneecap to the ceiling. Then you'll lower your right foot down to the mat and lift it back up, and down, and lift, and down, lift, down, lift. 3, 2, 1, stay. Stay because it's hard. Stay because it's horrible. The left knee pulls in slightly, the right kneecap goes even higher, the right side doesn't shrink, it lengthens. And then you lower your right foot. If your back needs a rest, you can come down. Otherwise, you keep that integrity, you draw in your rib cage and you tuck your tail. Those who took the rest, join us at the top. Inhale to prepare and exhale, left leg comes to tabletop, tap. Down to the floor and up. Down to the floor and up. The whole time you're closing your ribs and you're pressing your arms. Let's rope in your triceps and push your hands through the mat. 4, 3, 2, and stay. Lifting the kneecap, pulling in the knee. Lengthening the left waistline, you traction your bum bone longer. You press your hands through the floor and then you lower your left foot down to the ground and you lower your spine, bone by bone. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Lift the legs up into tabletop position, or figure of 4 rather, and then you interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. If that proves difficult to get around the thigh or reach, you can use a band around your thigh, or you can even prop your foot up against a wall, a chair, or a surface. So it might be worthwhile doing this now or maybe a little bit later to get the best out of this stretch. Relax the neck and the shoulders, and then attempt to get the bum bones down on the ground. You might want to rock over to one side or rock over to the other, but wherever you feel the stretch the most is where I want you to settle, and then take at least 2 breaths here. Just trying to find space and stretching into fibers you otherwise wouldn't find. And then we're going to swap. So swapping the legs, and we lift up, interlacing the fingers but relaxing the neck and shoulders. So often the stretch yanks your neck into a terrible position. Please don't lie there with your neck extended. Tuck in your chin and lengthen the spine on both ends. Then you can rock onto one side or the other, or toggle between the two, but you're seeking the maximum stretch. Maybe the foot is up on a surface. Maybe it's pinned onto a ball or the wall. But you're going to open that left knee even further using the elbow. Take 2 more breaths. And then we come out of this stretch and we rock to kneeling. So what that means is hold your knees, rock forward and back, and then you sit yourself up and you attempt to get onto hands and knees, however that looks for you. So you're on your hands and your knees, your hands are directly under your shoulders. You're going to stick out your tailbone, draw in your belly button. We want a lot of work through the upper body. We want stability across the shoulder blades, so you have to push your hands into the floor a lot, especially into the pinkies, so that it pulls the blades wide. In doing that, you don't want to round your back, so you have to thread your heart forward and try and extend the spine and lengthen the spine. Then you'll step your right foot back behind you, placing the foot on the floor with a straight leg and the toes tucked underneath you, like on your marks, get set, go toes. You're active in the calf. That means you've actually stepped the foot a little further back than you're comfortable with, so that you're on a point, almost like you're doing a calf raise. You hold that there, and you're going to hover the left knee just off the ground. So you hold and you hold and you hold. We're breathing and holding in this position. We're squaring off the pelvis and staying there. The heart is thread forward. And then you're going to come down gracefully and change legs. So you get to take the left leg back, anchoring it into the floor, pointing the toe, remember, so the calf is engaged. You've rocked slightly forward and you hover the right knee just off the floor. So you want it to look like you're actually kneeling, but you're just skimming the ground with the shin. You're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth while pushing into your pinkies, and then you're going to come down. So if that was lacquer difficult and you're happy with this level, wonderful, you're going to carry on doing that. You'll take your right foot back behind you, and then you'll hover your left knee. For those of us who want a little more, you take your left foot back to join your right leg, and instead of hovering alternate knees, you're going to drag one knee underneath and hover that, and then step it back for your rest position here, and the other leg comes under, and not for long, it goes back. Continue to toggle. There's an exhale to drag the knee under, and an inhale to put them back. An exhale to drag under, and an inhale to put back. Good. We do 4 more. 3, make it feel harder than it needs to be. 2, and 1. Then you park your bum up, if possible, into a downward dog position, holding yourself there. If that's not possible, you'll rather drop onto your knees and take your bum back. So Steph, show me. Onto your knees, bum goes back, breathe, arms out in front of you. Okay? Doesn't quite seem fair, does it? Pop back into your downward dog. Stefan, we're hanging out for 2 more breaths, holding yourself there. Because we will then, not now, but soon, rock back into that full-on front support position. So leaning forward into full-on front support, or if you were in a prayer stretch or a rest position, you can go into 4-point kneeling. In 4-point kneeling, you're going to take your right leg back behind you and hover the foot off the floor. So everybody takes the right leg back behind them and hovers the foot off the floor. The leg lifts up and down. Those of you who are still in front support, you're going to continue being in front support with the left foot anchored down on the ground, and the right leg is the one that's lifting up and down. Everyone's doing something that's difficult. We kick that right leg up and down, but you are stable everywhere else. 2 more. And then anchor the foot down. If you're in full front support, you move over to weight bearing on the right foot with the left leg hovering. If you're in 4-point kneeling, you are on your right knee and the left leg is pushing back and lifting up and down, kicking that leg. Now you are throwing the leg around, I don't mind, but there's integrity in the torso. You're sucking in the tummy, you're drawing in the belly button. Nothing's moving in the top half of your body. It's all just a jaw in the bottom half. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and if your rest position was downward dog, you reassume it. If your rest position was a prayer stretch, then you lower yourself to your knees and you rock your bum back onto your heels with your arms out in front of you, breathing. You want to really put the weight back though and reach the arms forward, and you would love it, well, I would love it, and you might like it if your shoulders are away from your ears and your shoulder blades are wider than they want to be. Hold it there. 2 more breaths. And then come down onto the knees and come on up onto your kneecaps. So you're kneeling upright on your knees. Yeah, that's perfect. Steph, can you turn and face the screen and then put your right hand down on the floor? So everyone's putting their right hand down. Understandably, it could be a little confusing depending on how this films, but left leg goes out to the side and your pelvis pushes forward. So for some of you, will be mirror image, for others not. Left arm goes up high in the air, and this is your position. You are weight bearing on top of the knee. Okay, the left leg is straight and you're going to try and lift the left leg up and down. We're kicking him. We're kicking the left leg up and down. You're pulling the ribs in and you're leaning back with your head and your arm and your chest, and your pelvis is shoving forward, but your foot is biasing towards being backwards. We're kicking for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down. Then you come up like a little windmill. Good. And over to the left hand side, the right leg kicks. You're on your kneecap, so if that's uncomfortable, there are alternatives. You can always lie down flat and just kick one leg up and down while lying flat on the side. Good. We're kicking. Rib cage in. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Is that your watch making a noise? Beep, beep. In time with his leg. I thought I was going mental. And lie down on your tummy. So moving onto your tummy, lying down. Hands against the sides of your thighs, legs together. On an inhale, you lift head, heart, chest, squeezing shoulder blades down your back, crushing your wrists into your side body and lengthening your arms. And then lay down the spine. Inhale, lift head and chest, squeezing shoulder blades down. And lay down your spine. It's quite hard to get those arms straight. Can you please make sure you're reaching the fingers down towards your ankles and you're squashing your palm and your wrist and your elbow into your sides. It's an inhale to lift, squeezing shoulder blades down and lower. Don't aim for height, guys, aim for length. Rather squeeze the blades than lift up too high. And lower. 4 more, because it's awful. Squashing the arms into the side body. And 3. Good. Legs together, 2. Relax your glutes, don't use them. And relax your stomach. So lifting the chest, if you have a relaxed tummy, you'll feel it's in the top half, not the bottom half of your back. So the intention must be in the middle / upper part of your back. You can push back into rest position. Take 2 breaths only here. It's just a transition, and we're lying on your back now. Lying down, Relax your arms. Guys did a good job. It wasn't that easy. Softness in the limbs. Stillness. Turn off the muscles in the shoulders and the jaw. Try soften your eyes behind your lids and find a little bit of space between each one of the bones in your neck and your back. Feel how grounded you are into your mat. And feel that you worked up the intensity in that session. You worked up a little bit of breathlessness. But as you start to settle into your mat, there's an energy at a cellular level. And you can feel that buzz in your body. Relax into the ankles and the toes. Just let the feet flop. And as your breath eases, you can feel that wave sort of overcome your body. And I think you can be proud of the work you put into this session. One step closer to your goal, whether it's to move more or to be in less pain. Take a deep breath in and let's sigh out. Take another one in, and as you breathe out, you can let all your tension go. Well done.